Manqoba is standing by at Madikizela-mandela's home, and this of course is in Soweto. He joins us now. Manqoba, I can only imagine what it's like there. Many people coming out to her home, standing in the streets. This is what I'm imagining in my mind, but perhaps you can paint a real picture of what the story is telling us in the streets of Soweto.
Well, certainly, Leanne, as you can see, the visuals there speaking for themselves. Many of the supporters here, as well as the neighbors, have come out in their numbers outside the home of the struggle icon, Winnie Mandela, to come and show their support and really their condolences to the family at this time. And we know, of course, they have broken into song here outside the house of Mama Winnie, really celebrating the life that she lived, as well as the contribution, the immense contribution that she had contributed to the liberation struggle. And of course, we do know that she did play a major role in that fight against apartheid and in a fight for democracy here in the country. And of course, many of them sharing their sentiments to us as the media, saying that, you know, her death certainly is a great loss to them. They've shared some of the memories of that they have of Mama Winnie, especially her neighbors, who say that she was a calm person. She was somebody who used to be humble, who used to be down to earth, somebody who would come to them, who would visit them, and somebody they could go to at all times. Somebody was accessible as well to the community. And of course, many of them saying that indeed her passing today is a great loss, and they're saying that of course they are going to take many lessons from Mama Winnie Mandela and what she stood for in her life. And as they celebrate here outside the house, they're saying that indeed she's not gone. Her actions will remain with them for years to come. And of course, we have been seeing some family members coming into the house, and as well as some of the ANC officials who have also been coming to pay their respects. I'm counting the likes of the former NIA boss, Billy Masekla, as well as the NEC member, Nomvula Mokonyane, also coming here a short while ago. But moreover, we've also seen Advocate Dalimpofu, the FF chairman, Advocate Dalimpofu, here at the house, as well as some of the members of the ANC who have been here since about 4 o'clock when that news broke of Winnie Mandela's passing. But just now, just to get a sort of a reaction from some of the ANC cadres that are here, I'm now joined by Jolly D. Matongo, who is the ANC regional spokesperson here in Johannesburg. Jolly D, first of all, you stay around here and you know Mama Winnie very fondly. What is your reaction as the ANC regional and from you personally about her passing?
Well, it's a very great loss to the revolution, to the ANC and the mass democratic movement. Mama Winnie has been at the forefront of our struggle. She's one of those women who never gave up, even under torturous conditions in the country. She stood by the ANC. She never left the ANC. And we think that her contribution has brought us to where we are today, and we are very much grateful to her and her contribution.
Okay, certainly. What are some of the things that you take with you that you've learned from Mama Winnie Mandela and what she stood for?
Well, resilience is one of the biggest things that we can take out of her life. She has been a resilient woman. She has been a woman that has been at the forefront when many women and other men in the country were afraid to come out and confront the regime. She was at the forefront. So resilience is one of the things that we can take out from her life.
And of course, you've been, you don't stay very far from Mama Winnie, and you might have spoken to her recently. What are some of the things that she had wanted to achieve going forward within the ANC and its ranks?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that she would have wanted the ANC to achieve was to see that each and every South African is free from bondage. This issue of poverty and unemployment, especially among the youth, is addressed. But one of her biggest wishes was to ensure that Julius Malema is brought back to the ANC, and I think it remains a task of us as members of the ANC to pursue that mission of bringing Comrade Julius Malema back into the fold of the ANC.
As the ANC regional office, what are some of the plans that you have going forward in order to keep Mama Winnie Mandela's memory and in order to celebrate her life going forward before she's laid to rest?
Well, one of the things that we'll have to immediately interact with is the renaming of some of the major arterial routes in our city in the name of Comrade Winnie. But in the immediate tomorrow, we'll have a candlelight ceremony in the house. There will be a march by the leadership and membership of the ANC, starting from Uncle Tom's Hall up to the house in honor of Comrade Winnie. But as she was a national icon, the national office of the ANC will then unfold a program as to what should be done in honor of this gallant fighter.
Thank you very much. That was Jolidi Matongo, who speaks on behalf of the ANC regional office here outside Mama Winnie Mandela's home. And of course, those tragic news coming to us at about 4 o'clock when the family issued a statement confirming that indeed Mama Winnie Mandela had passed. And what we do know at this stage is that Mama Winnie Mandela had been at church on Friday afternoon, and we do understand that on Saturday she became ill and had to be rushed to the Mill Park Hospital. And of course, we do know that she'd been in and out of hospital, as the family has said, and we do know that when she was admitted in January, she had suffered a kidney infection. And of course, the family saying that she had to be rushed on Saturday, and that's when she lost her life this afternoon, saying that she died surrounded by her loved ones. She died in the midst of her family. And of course, they're saying that it's a great loss for them as a family. But of course, we know that it's a great loss for the country as a whole. And as we know that Mama Winnie Mandela was known as the mother of the nation, a very celebrated struggle icon, and somebody certainly that will stay within South Africans' hearts for some time to come.
Indeed, thank you very, very much for giving us some of the reaction of people on the ground. And I must say, it's possibly one of the hardest hit areas. And I think one thing that really does stand out about Mama Winnie was the fact that she always stayed there. That was what she considered home. She never moved away from Soweto. And I think that, again, just showing how much she was a part of the nation, a part of the people. And as we heard Manqoba telling us that she was humble, down to earth, accessible. And that is the words that have been echoed by her neighbours and the people living in that area.